this game and see who will advance.
I'm ready.
From a second spot. So Favorit versus Dandy. We are going directly to the game. Oh, again quicker. You are so quick.
Got it.
Good APM.
On it. Okay, well, we're ready to go with our final series of the night. This is going to be the last player to advance out of Group D and into the round of 8, win themselves at least $25. So, a lot on the line here. And our first player, spawning on the right-hand side of our map in the blue, is going to be Favorit.
And our second player, spawned on the top of the map, 12 o'clock position, is our Peruvian Terran, it's Dandy.
Okay, so Dandy might come into this as the favorite, but let's keep our minds open. Because even in his game against Bonith earlier, I felt like Favorit still played that very, very well, even having some advantages at some points in the game. So it's not like he plays like he's the noob and the other guy is basically Flash. It is a little bit closer than that. So let's see how things go here with our opening build orders.
Yeah, it will be pretty interesting because this is the low ground main base. So if I'm always thinking that if Protoss will go for double gateway dragons, he can apply a lot of pressure, and it's hard for Terran to move out to the high ground when the dragons are on top. So this is an option from my perspective. We were seeing that Bonnie was going for skipping scouting and fast zealot, and we are not seeing scouting for Favorit. So maybe he's going for the same opening.
Yeah, this is really interesting because there's a lot that you can learn about the Terran player early on. The biggest thing is if it's a gasless expansion or not. And so you know the timing, whether or not they're going to be playing defensively. Can you go for a high gateway count, put on pressure with Dragoons? A lot of different things that you can learn early on. But yeah, neither player scouting, so we are just going to stay back at home. And there's not actually any aggressive economy. If I have to watch one more player die to one more Protoss die to a Terran by going 12 Nexus, I remember there was 1 week where I saw, I think somebody tried it against Flash in the semifinals of ASL Season 5, and I'm just like, oh, it was either snow or mini or rain or I forget who it was, but it was bad, and I'm just like, why do you do this to yourself? It's never gonna work. But people still try it, but not this game. This game we're just playing about as standardly as you could imagine.
Yeah, there is no fast expansion from Dandy, which he showed us on Circuit Breaker against Bonnie. Now he's going for fast factory, so he's not risking anything. And Favorit is like, he's also not going for oh, now he's going for second gateway, so I think it's a little bit different opening. So it will be aggression.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Okay, so he's gonna start with a 2-gate, and that's really interesting because usually you don't see the Protoss player being the one with too many aggressive opportunities. But actually, if you think back to the game that he played against, or the game that Bonith played against Dandy, he was going for this, one Zealot into Zealot Dragoon into Zealot 2 Dragoons and trying to like put on a lot of pressure early on. So the probe's gonna scout, but oh, it's actually gonna go down, so he's gonna lose that scouting information. But the Dragoon is successfully able to push the SCV back away and keep it from scouting. So Danny still doesn't know that Favorit doesn't have an Expo.
Yeah, definitely. And like we was able to see that Bonnie defended this push from Dandy with 1 gateway. This will be double gateway. So if Favorit will do it correctly, he should be able to gain some advantage in this game. Just by choosing the opening.
We shall see. SCV tries to come in again. Oh, body block with the Dragoon. 1 more hit. Ah, but he gets in range to see if there's a Nexus or not. And he's going to see that there is no Nexus. And that's going to tell him, wait a second, there could be a lot of Dragoons on the way. So I don't think, yeah, there's no bunker. The tank is out, but yeah, no bunker is no bunker. And he does have 4 Dragoons, so he can 2-shot tanks.
Yeah, four Dragons, and there will be only 1 tank because he's going for the Vultures right now, so Favorit. Oh, he can apply a lot of pressure, and if he will target fire the tank, it will be very bad for Dandy because he didn't lay any mine from the Vulture. Oh, Ooh, what we are seeing?
What?
He killed everything without losing.
Is Dandy just dead? Like, he's got 2 Vultures.
Now the upgrade for the mines is finished, but yeah.
Okay, he's got to target down these mines. Oh, he gets one of them. There's still 1 mine that did get laid, but so many SCVs are going to be lost here. 1 Dragoon does go down, but he's got 2 more that are just arriving now in the natural. Can he take out these mines? There's no detection, but there's also no natural expel. Oh my god, he finished the command center just at the last second. It's so huge.
Oh, now I thought the SCVs will die, so he killed them, the Dragons in the main base, but it took a lot of SCVs and a lot of mining time. Oh, now both Dragons died.
No! Oh my god, it's so heartbreaking. But that's what you get. You accept these risks as a Protoss player. When you're doing this, you know you could just lose everything to a mine because you have no detection. He's going to take another huge mine hit, snipes off another one, but oh my god. I thought it was going to be a disaster for Dandy because it was so close. If he snipes those mines more accurately, maybe he mine drags into the SCVs, things could be terrible. Maybe he kills the natural expansion right before it finishes, but no. Instead, everything goes well for Dandy. He gets the natural completed, and he stabilizes inside his main, but he did take a lot of SCV losses.
Yeah, and also this command center is there. Dandy would like to mine from it, but it didn't work for him. Oh, now maybe he's pretending that he's going for Dark Templar because he wants to kill the minefields, and so maybe it will mean that Dandy will be afraid and maybe even make a turret in the main base.
So something interesting just happened there at the ramp. So Dragoons, it doesn't look like there's a front and a back to a Dragoon, but there is, and so I think that he was running away from he tanked 2 mine hits with a Dragoon, and I don't think that should be possible.
Because there is something like when you are escaping to the mine, it deals you only 50% of damage or something like that.
Right, but it's weird because Dragoons are symmetrical, so you don't think of them as having like a front and a back.
Yeah, so their back are having much more muscles, so that's why they can tank more.
Yeah. Okay. I guess you gotta have a lot of muscles in those legs.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, it's still a soft contain, or I guess this is pretty hard contain. Lots of Dragoons, lots of pressure here in the natural. But, you know, tanks are starting to come out. Siege mode is done. So he should be able to crawl his way back into this expansion. Oh,
he's losing one tank!
No! That's so big. Oh my god.
Then
he's lost a tank for free.
Oh, that was his second tank. He's holding on only with 1 tank against 7 Dragoons and 1 Zealot. So I think Favorit could do it right now if he would attack.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost got enough. If he had 8 Dragoons, then you can one-shot tanks, and that's huge. But I don't think he's going to totally commit to this. I think for him, it's a big enough win to just hold on to the natural. Because, hey, with only 1 tank, there's no way Dandy can push out and take this back.
Oh, we are having a drop from Dandy, so he don't want to stay home forever. He wants to apply some pressure for Vultures into the main base of Favorit, and he's mining.
Too.
Yeah, he's mining in very nice position.
Wow, so he does kill 1 mine, and he's got an Observer out. But hey, this could still be a lot of economic damage. Oh my god!
Huge probe detonation, and now he's killing a lot of probes. Very nice move from Dandy, and this card could be the move that he's like let him get back to this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, look, there's nothing mining in the main. And sure, some of those probes did escape, but he killed a lot of them. So
and he scouted the carriers also.
That was very effective. Oh my god. Wow, you're right. He's going to go 2-base carrier after this. I don't know about... that. Oh, he's going to try to bust in, but he's actually shooting the engineering bay with half their dragoons instead of hitting the tanks. Obviously, the mischance is still there, but he does kill off 2 of the tanks. Now he's back to only having 1 tank to defend, and certainly no armory.
This is very bad position for Dandy and Favorit. Yeah, he secured 2 bases. Of course, his saturation in the main base, he's mining only with 4 probes, so it's not the best. But overall, I like his position, and I like that he didn't commit it too much. Like as I said before, he could attack, but he didn't do it. And you were right that he felt pretty comfortable just staying where he stays, and yeah, he's doing a very good job into making more probes and evolving in this game into higher tech.
Yeah, he is going up higher tech. Now, so there's a saying in StarCraft. This is when you're ahead, you get more ahead. Now, this is not what Favorit is doing. Favorit is trying to use the advantage he has to just go kill the guy. Now, the other way to do it, like I said, getting more ahead would be take a 3rd base, take a 4th base, build 1,000,000 gateways, make sure you have the infrastructure so that even if your opponent comes back from here, you're already even farther ahead than you were before. Now, look at what's happening. Dandy's able to bust out. He's taking back his natural. He's going to have that expansion. You've lost all your dragoons on that side of the map, and he's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back, and he's having so many SCVs that he will immediately saturate this natural expansion. Already 4 factories, so he can just start producing more and more units.
He can't land it. Oh, is he gonna kill those? Okay, SCVs don't die like interceptors do when the command center lands on them. But he's missing a little bit of mining there. But he gets it back up, and that's huge because the Terran player is not dead. He does actually have quite a few tanks now. And he could maybe start to think about pushing out a little bit. And especially when these vultures scout that there's no 3rd base, he's got to be thinking what's up.
Yeah, definitely. I think he scouted with this first drop that there is a Stargate and Fleet Beacon, but he's not making any armory. He's just starting the academy from Tech. Oh, but now he will see that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't know that he scouted that before, but either way, yeah, you're right. He knows about it now. And so now we get to see the 2 little interceptors that could kill off this noble dropship.
Oh, it takes some time. Yeah, it's like only 2 interceptors, but it worked.
Yeah, if you have to build a carrier with 2 interceptors just to kill a dropship, like that dropship's pretty worthwhile. But either way, I think the biggest point is that he defended against the vultures without losing a ton of probes because he is still on 2 bases. It still takes a lot of resources to build up a bunch of carriers. Yeah, he still only has 1 of those. Now he's got 2. He'll start building a few more. But Dandy, he's got plenty of time, and he's going to be going for 2 starport cloaked raids to try to deal with these carriers this time.
And he's building a bunch of turrets in the main base, so he's skipping armory totally. And oh no, he's making armory in the natural, excuse me. So he will have opportunity to make Goliaths, but that's pretty uncommon approach from Dandy, because like going for, if only Favorit will have pretty good Dragoon control and Observer control, these raids can be easily killed because they are not having too much HP.
Now there are a lot of tanks here. 2 turrets coming up. There's not a lot of interceptors. Neither one of these, actually only one of the carriers has full interceptors. The other's missing 5, so this is very, very weak. 2 carriers are not that scary. Maybe you can kill a couple of missile turrets, but it just takes a long time, especially if you don't have full interceptors. It's 4 carriers, and he already has the 3rd and almost 4th completed back at home, where things start to get a little bit rough. But hey, the raids are still being constructed, and so even if he loses a few tanks and vultures here, once the raids come out, if you kill all the carriers, it sets the Protoss so far behind, especially because he's doing this all on 2 base.
Yeah, but if Favorit will kill all the tanks, then the Dragoons will have easy time to kill this minefield, and he's not targeting all the tanks. But now Dandy realized that he can't lose the tanks because he wants to make, with every factory, I think he wants to make Goliaths, and he don't want to reproduce tanks after losing them.
He's actually not making anything out of any of his factories right now. So the macro, maybe starting to slip a little bit, but that's because he's pumping a ton into raids. He's gonna have 5 raids here in just a second, and they'll all have energy for Cloak to run in on these. And I don't think there's an interceptor. Yeah, he wouldn't have gone Robo if it's just off 2 bases. So, well, I mean, he does have one, but he doesn't have an observer with the carriers, which is, you know, where you need them.
But I thought it will be the end of the game, that Favorit will intercept the tanks and then kill him with the Dragoons, but Dandy is holding very nicely. He's repairing the turret so hard that that almost killed the carrier. This is one... Oh, the turret is killing the carrier? 100 HP.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, well, still, that carrier is going to be very, very weak when these raids come in. There's the scan. He's going to try to kill off the observer, but spoiler alert, there is no observer. Oh, there's the observer. It comes in. I don't think there's... Oh, yeah, there is one by the mineral patch at the 3rd, but he's going to lose every single carrier. A huge move by Dandy, and this is exactly what he needed.
Yeah, definitely. Now there are 2 observers, but he killed 3 carriers, so now it will take some time until the Favorit will rebuild them and have this critical number again. Not critical, but minimum number, which is 4.
Now, behind this, you kind of want to see Favorit's banking 1 billion minerals, so just go for a 4th base. Just like expand everywhere. Don't make carriers the way that you have to win this game, because it really feels like that right now. He's going to come in with a raise again, try to snipe these observers. He gets one of them, but he loses every single wraith.
Yeah, and very impressive performance by Favorit. He was microing with the observer very nicely, 10 HP left, and there is nothing left for Dandy to defend. Out of Dragoons coming...
Yeah, he never built any Goliaths after all of that. That's really surprising. He's not going to be able to get the turrets up. And I guess actually these carriers, even though there's only 2 of them, are going to be enough to win the game. The Dragoons are all dying to siege tank fire, so that's not great, but everything else is.
Yeah, and Dandy is not doing anything in the factories, so all the money he has, he's investing into raids.
Well, Dandy has 1,400 gas, so he should be putting that somewhere. Kind of feels bad to lose with that much gas, because obviously you would have wanted those SCVs and minerals instead. But either way, I think this is actually it. You're going to see 2 more carriers be completed and move across the map here, and once those 4 join up, I don't think there's anything to stop these.
Oh, there will be 1 hero raid which will try to kill the carriers, but I don't think he's having enough energy to do it.
Yeah, where's that observer? Did he just leave that behind? Does he not have
he sniped it. He sniped it with the raids.
Oh. Wow. Okay, well, turns out that Wraith has 0 energy, so sorry. What do you think this is? Protoss? You think your units get to cloak for free? No.
Could you repeat, please?
All I said is like, so the Wraith, in order to cloak, the Wraith has to use energy, but Protoss gets to cloak for free.
Oh yeah,
so
in every unit.
That doesn't. That's not fair.
Yeah, he can have every unit cloaked under the Arbiter, and Observer and Favorit and Observer and Dark Templar are not having any energy.
Yeah, what's up with that, Blizzard? Where's the patch that fixes it? Hopefully never coming, but the idea is that, yeah, that actually bought a little bit of time here. So I think we're going to get to see one more final move where these 5 wraiths fly in and try to kill things off. Oh,
look at Favorit Bad Manner Nexus in the natural of Dandy. Such a badass.
Ooh. Okay.
Now it's a challenge for Dandy.
Why would you BM on the first game of a best of 3? You know how hard Dandy is going to try to crush you when he comes back in the next game? I don't know. That was fun. That was a really fun game.
Yeah, that was definitely a really fun game, and I didn't expect that result of this game. Pretty impressive game, and from Favorit.
Yeah, and in case you're one of those low APM players, you're not winning games with 60 APM, don't worry, because Favorit won that game with about 112, so there's still hope for you out there.
Yeah, definitely. You can have 100 APM and be Gosu in this game. That's not.
I mean, yeah, when you have that good a start, when you kill all of your opponent's tanks except for one, you're probably gonna have a bad time that game. And even still, the 2-base carrier, like, he almost killed them because there was no observer with the first 3 carriers. So that was still really rough, even after such a huge disadvantage. But it's a best of 3, so there's still opportunities to come back.
Yeah, but it will be more interesting because now Dandy knows that he's 1 game away from being this, like, out of BSL.
Eliminated.
Yeah, eliminated from BSL.
Well, that's really surprising. I don't think anybody would have really expected that. And if Danny gets eliminated and Favorit goes on, that's a huge upset.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a great job by Favorit, but I think no one expected that.
Yeah, I didn't expect it. You know, you have to say that anybody can win, but winning that way is just really surprising. So maybe he can do it. Either way, Danny has to play super carefully in game 2.
Yeah, he have to, and I felt like he played carefully in this game, but somehow
Yeah.
Favorit, like he lost his second tank on move command. It was a huge mistake from him, and I think because of that he wasn't able to secure his expansion for a long time. But I think he was trying to do whatever he can to be as safe as possible, but it just didn't work.
Nope, sure didn't. So that's a surprise win for Favorit in game number 1, and that means that we're going into game number 2 with the opportunity that Dandy could just be eliminated here, and it could be Favorit and Bonnet that move on. So that's when you have 2 Protoss, a Zerg and a Terran in a group, and both Protoss advance, and you start to like get your thinking emoji face on. You're like, wait a second, there's a pattern here. But there's still more games left to play in the series, so we've got at least one more, at most 2 more, and yeah, I don't know what to expect. It turns out if Favorit wins this series, you know, it's going to be the Chobo League taking out, you know, the Pro League here at BSL. So all I'm trying to say is, you know, maybe renaming it to the Gosu League is
it's
appropriate.
a good call, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to choose like top 20 players from Foreigner Brood War, and we are seeing that players who was in the league which supposed to be worse are still fighting like an even players against a player who won the whole BSL4 Pro League. So that's really impressive. And I think they are still playing their game because.
Oh wow! So I guess we should take a short break then.
Yeah, we should take a short break and wait until the players will finish the game, and we will be right back with the game number 2 and maybe game number 3.
Cool.
Boys and girls, this was the quickest possible break. So we are already going to the game number 2 between Dandy and Favorit.
Yeah, up against the ropes here. I think that Dandy has every possibility of coming back here. I think overall you might consider him the stronger player. You know, MMR, he's done very well in BSL before. But Favorit, you know, there's no rule that says that the player that has won before will win again. So anything that can happen, especially if Favorit gets a start like that in game 1. Sniping that first tank and then killing another tank on move command, ooh, that really, really hurts.
Oh,
and I don't think that Dandy will let that mistake happen again.
Yeah, I'm sure that he will be as focused as he can in this second game. There is no low ground overall, so I think there will be no opportunity to keep Terran as long after winning that engagement for as long as it was possible on Roadkill, but still there are some opportunities. This will be 3 players map.
Yeah, low ground mains suck when you get contained. It's just like, well, where are you gonna go? I think not Coliseum, but Gladiator, another one of those where it's just like if you get contained early on, well, good luck with that. But yeah, we're moving on to Aztec as our third map, and or onto Sylphid as our second map. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here, Zero. But yeah, Sylphid's our second map, and might be our last map.
Yeah, it might be our last map. If it will come to that, the third match will be on Aztec, as you said. So we can go to the game number 2 if you are ready.
I am.
Okay, so let's go. Game number 2 between Favorit and Dandy. Winner goes to the round of 8. Loser is unfortunately out of tournament. Okay, I was not even trying to change latency this time.
I got it. Don't worry.
That's a good speed. Great APM.
Thanks. Hey, I only need 100 to win the caster battle here. Just like Favorit, only needed 100 to beat Dandy in game 1. It's okay. I've got great caster EAPM.
Like every APM you are doing is 100% effective, right?
That's right. That's right. There's no useless APM. I definitely don't spam click. Although whenever I get a chance to cast with players, or whenever players turn into casters, I always see them like box the workers of the players when they're playing. I'm like, dude, it's a replay. Like, they're not yours. Yeah, it's just a little bit funny. Okay, so here we go. Game number 2. And in the upper, center, this is the Terran player, Dandy, who's down 0-1.
And on the 7-8 o'clock position as a red Protoss, we are having Favorit, who is 1 game away from qualifying to round of 8. Very nice performance.
Very nice performance. Plus, in his profile picture, he looks like a happy, nice guy. So, there's that going on as well. And let's see what kind of style he wants to play. Is he going to 2-gate again? We're going to see that. Or is he going to play like Fast Expo? Well, not going to be the Fast Expo because there's already a gateway on the way. And there's not going to be a fast one from Dandy either. I'd be surprised if he goes Quick Command Center.
Yeah, he could be badly punished if Favorit would go for the gateway in the middle, if he would do that. So I think he decided that he wants to take it as safe as possible. And Favorit won with Dandy without using a shuttle. So that's also another. Yeah. He found now he might go for the shuttle because this might be a weakness spotted today after games with Bonnie.
Yeah, and actually this is a pretty good map for it because there's lots of places where you can drop outside of vision range, especially if you wrap around. That's one of the. So there's a couple of differences for each one of these bases, and that's that some of them have more weak areas to cover. So, for example, the top base is kind of pressed up against the flat side of that map. So theoretically, it's equally easy for either spawn location to come in from either side. Whereas if you're down in one of the bottom corner bases, it can be kind of hard to like wrap around. Just a tiny little thought. But it is going to be harder for Dandy to scout. He's going to have to scout Favorit last, so he won't have any information. Even if there were 2 proxy gates built in the middle of the map, he wouldn't find out about them until very, very late.
Yeah, and yeah, you are definitely right. And he's not even making a Zealot to scout. He's just going for the fast they're going. Oh, because he's keeping the Zealot to make faster second gateway. So it's really good.
Ooh. Yeah, did the SCV actually scout the second gateway?
Yeah, I
didn't see that.
I think it does. So that's why Dandy is going for fast bunker. He don't want to be.
Yeah, bunker first. I love it. And this is just because he is playing super safe. Does not want to die to anything like a proxy or aggressive 2-gate strategy.
So fast expansion.
Well, even denies scouting from the probe.
Yeah, but I think he was able to see that command center didn't start it yet.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it could have started then. He was pretty. He didn't have very many minerals. This is where you do the ultimate mind game, and you don't build the expansion, and you like two-fact him or something. But that's probably not going to happen.
But speaking about ultimate mind games, he cancelled the gateway and went for fast Dark Templars.
Oh, I love it!
That's a ultimate mind game, but he needs to keep this SCV from scouting.
And he does. But it does. So, ooh, there's this secret probe there, and sometimes you position the probe to trick your opponent, make him think you're going to build a Nexus when you're not going to. But this time he is actually building the Nexus. But he's going for these DTs. Now, Dandy has already had some rough encounters with DTs at the hands of Bonnet. So he's got to know that there's that possibility out there. And already an engineering bay on the way.
Yeah, so if he will have an engineering bay, it will be very good for him because his expansion will be faster than Favorit's one, and he will have, like, it's easy to kill Dark Templars when you have scans, so when you have detection, so it will be good position for Dandy if he will have turret on time, and it looks like he's making one even like preemptively too early just to have it in case.
Man, yeah, this is a super fast turret, so definitely gonna cover his bases. And a lot of times you do this when you go gasless, but he went gas as well. I think I'm correct in that. If I'm not, then feel free to correct me. But either way, Dandy's going to be super safe against everything. Both players are going for expansions, but Dandy's is way faster.
And he's already having a Stargate and going for Arbiter Tribunal. This is 5 minutes 40 seconds and Arbiter Tribunal is already in the game. That's why he started the assimilator in the natural already. He wants to have as much gas as he can.
Watch him go 2-base carrier as well on this map. I don't know. But first DT is going to come in. It's not going to get any damage done. So it's just going to be kind of there for scouting, I guess.
Yeah, scout. Oh, I thought that he will keep Dandy at home at natural for a long time, but already Comsat station being built in both command centers, so Dandy will have opportunity to move out. And Favorit is going for arbiters on 2 dragoons overall, so that's a greedy play.
Oh my gosh! All right, yep, he's gonna go 2-base arbiter. Okay, and this, yeah, like you said, this isn't just 2-base arbiter. He's got 4 dragoons. That's it. And there's already an arbiter in production. At 6 minutes and 30 seconds, he starts his first arbiter. Wow.
Some scan from Dandy. He scanned the main base. He sees more gateways, but he's not seeing the Arbiter Tribunal and the Stargate.
Well, that's the problem, is this main is so big. I think it's 3 comsats big. It's just like, how are you supposed to see everything there?
Yeah, you should scan 3 times, and if the Dark Templars are in the map, you don't want to waste too many scans, because then you will have to use it on the Dark Templars. So it's also tricky to go for the Dark Templars into Arbiters, because then you have to like think about every scan, because it's so important to have it on the battle.
Right, I mean, if you don't have like 3 scans, how are you going to move out across the map? Maybe you snipe 1 Dark Templar, maybe there's a second one, and you just can't make it across the map. Or more importantly, to set up a 3rd base if you want to expand. So we're going to have to wait for a while before we see Dandy do anything, and that's going to give plenty of opportunity for this fast Arbiter to come through. Even fast Arbiters are still really slow. It takes like a minute to make, right? I think it's like 70 seconds?
Yeah.
How long does it take to make an Arbiter?
Yeah, I think it's like maybe around 1 second. I will even check it.
Okay, let's see. It takes 101 seconds to make an Arbiter. Wow. That's just quite a bit.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of time. And yeah, and then it's still some time until it will gather energy for recall. So it's like like a lot of time until you will have a proper usage out of it. But if it when it does, you can have like 40 units in the main base of your opponent thanks to it. So you have to wait, but it's worth waiting.
Another scan comes through, and that one sees the Arbiter, I believe. Did it? I didn't see exactly where he scanned.
You mean the scan in the natural? He might have seen it because the Arbiter flow into it. I don't know if that scan was long enough.
I wish I had clicked Dandy's vision there momentarily, but I did not. So I don't know exactly if he knows about this, but Recall is about to finish. He's going to have +1 speed loss coming straight into the Terran main. Now, is he mining the main is the big deal? No. The answer is that is not the case, because he's just finished mines right now. He's going to be using those out on the map. Oh, his DT's killing a lot. It's going to force out a scan. Can it run out of scan range? Oh, it just barely gets out of scan range.
Well done. Oh, and he forced a second scan. And when the arbiters in the game are in the game, you are happy with. Because now Dandy is having only 2 scans left. He will try to set some contain against Favorit, but the supplies are very favoritizing our Protoss player.
Yeah, now he's going to try to mine drag through. Oh, can't quite get it. And, doesn't take another mine hit on that Dragoon. That's weird. But, yeah, the DTs are dealt with.
But, there is just Fast Observer coming out for Favorit. That's why he wasn't able to move out, because the minefield, he had an opportunity, he had a way to deal with it. Oh, and is he going for recall?
So he has, a Templar Archives, but he didn't build like a high Templar. So there's no total recall going to happen here. Actually, I think you can do it in a different way too without the high Templar. But anyway, he is going to go for a recall right now. The problem is, like, you're recalling your army into the Terran main when the Terran's pushing your natural. So you kind of need your army back home to defend, but I don't know if it's going to be able to.
Yeah, and he's losing everything. Then he started shooting the army, and now he's like, he badly wants to do this recall, no matter the cost. What it will be the cost.
There's a recall.
Yeah.
But now he has nothing back at home. There is no detection with this aside from scans. So that's is that his last scan? No, he's got 2 more. Okay, never mind. He's got plenty of scan energy.
Yeah, so Dandy is in very, very good position right now. I thought it would be good for Favorit to fight this army directly with Arbiter, maybe some stasis, but yeah, he decided to go for recall. It dealt some damage and delayed Dandy a lot, but unfortunately for him, the contain is just too scary on top of the natural, and he lost his second mining game base. GG.
Wow, that's a hard one. It's a cute idea, but this is Dandy, right? You gotta play a little bit. If you're gonna go for a kill move, like, it's gotta be like the sneakiest kill move. Like I said, like proxy 2 gates, like just like the dirtiest stuff, like proxy Robo Reaver, like that. You gotta really go for it. Because once the DT is held, he's like stabilizing back at home, waits for tons of scan energy, holds the DT, pushes that across the map, and not even arbiters are going to stop him, because he just pushes right to your base. It's deceptively close on that map. So that's going to tie up our series at 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1, and the last match will be on Aztec, I think. Oh, no, it's not. Excuse me. It's a mistake. It will be on Benzen.
Okay.
So, relatively new map too. I guess it's like the same age as in the way of an Eddy, or am I wrong?
Yeah, so Benzene, I think it's an older map. It was in Pro League the last year before they switched to the hybrid Pro League. So I think that would have made it
11 or 10?
2010 probably. Yeah, because they switched in 11. Or is it 12? I don't know. I think around 2010 is when they had it. Yeah, so it's but it stopped being used like immediately after there. So it was only in competition for like a short period of time.
Yeah, and there are a lot of Terran players saying that the recall over here is so powerful because this is such a huge path, like going from the middle of the map to your main base as a Terran. So this might be a very powerful map for the recall, but I don't know what to think about it.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go for recall right after you lose a game because it didn't work.
Oh yeah, you want to go for shuttle.
Yeah, I think build a shuttle.
Yeah,
okay.
Only a shuttle. Put a River or Dark Templar there. Bonnie showed both ways working.
Here's what you need to do, Zero. Like, just go into your replay archives and find a game where anybody builds a shuttle, and then we'll like fake the names to pretend like it's those players. But I gotta see a shuttle in this game because they've been just doing so well. Obviously, that's because it's Bonneth, right? But Dandy specifically might have a little bit of a weakness there.
Yeah, there is a weakness, and let's see if Favorit will be able to spot it and use it on his Favorit, because this is his name. So maybe he will do it. Okay, are you ready, Mr. Rapid?
I am.
So let's go to the last game of today, the decider match. Winner advanced to the round of 8. So what do you think about 2 players map overall on in PvT? Do you think does it affect, like, it's changed the playstyle compared to 3 or 4 players map?
Yeah, of course. Like, well, it depends on what kind of player you're playing against. Like, there are players out there, you know what's coming. Like, they're always gonna 9-pull you. You know, they're always going to 2-gate you. Like, and so if it's a 2-player map, especially Blue Storm specifically, Blue Storm is the culprit of all 2-player maps. Because it's just like the rush distance is so short. So you got to know that rushes are more popular on 2-player maps because you don't have to scout your opponent. You can go for it and you already know. So that means that you have to prepare a lot more early on than you would if it were a 3 or 4-player map. Yeah, or a 5-player map in the case of Camelot. Hopefully we never get to see that map. But the idea is that you do have to prepare against early game rushes a lot more. So specifically it is different in that way. But also, if you're like a specifically Zerg player, it means that you don't have another main base to expand to. So that can change that. Obviously, it's not going to matter here, but just to answer your question about how it changes it, those are a few of the ways.
Yeah, there are a few ways, and you are right. You need to be prepared against an early aggression because your opponent knows where you are. So for example, Protoss can set up some proxy robo or proxy gateways, and he knows where to put them because he don't have to scout his opponent, the Protoss player. In this situation. So yeah, you are definitely right. But Favorit is going for fast Nexus.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see that. Now, one of the things that makes this weird is like you don't 12 Nexus on 2-player maps because your opponent knows where to scout. If you're on Circuit Breaker, right? You throw down a 12 Nexus. Maybe that guy takes 50 seconds to get to your base. Like, it's just forever. But this time, he scouts that immediately, and I would be very surprised if Dandy doesn't pump Marines and head right across the map to cancel this. What? Okay, wow, I'm very surprised, just like I said.
Very, very different response from Dandy. He decided, okay, you are going for expansion, I can go for expansion. Like, I'm happy with that choice. Oh, and
wow, the caster curse is real. But yeah, you're right.
Oh, and double gateway from Favorit, and he's skipping the gas. Now he's just making... So maybe he will go... Oh, he's going with some zealots, and it can be pretty dangerous because there are no marines yet from Dandy, and he will be forced to make a bunker.
Well, the SEV is still in here scouting this, so at least that is going to be information Dandy knows about. Obviously, he didn't go bunker first this time, so it's not like he's airtight back at home. But hey, 2 gates is still 2 gates.
Yeah, 2 gates. Like, he won the first game because of going for 2 gates. So maybe that's why he decided to go for it like immediately after the Nexus.
All right, well, Zero, where's my shuttle? Show me a robo. Obviously, we gotta wait for the Cyber Core to finish, but I'm waiting. I really do think that that is a very important part of beating Dandy specifically. Once again, Benzene, he's got a big wide open main. Plenty of places to drop in.
Yeah, so it's hard to turret your whole main. So sometimes like they are going for quicker Goliaths just to have like mobile turret. But yeah, I think we will see a shuttle this game. I'm betting like Favorit will go for this shuttle. Oh, but I think...
Sorry, I have to...
Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to say that Favorit is, I think first thing he should do is a range for the Dragoons, because he's not making them, but now we are seeing that he is coming closer to 200 gas, so maybe he will go for Robo before the range, and it would be pretty scary move because of this shuttle course that Dandy is having.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. So I was excited to see him skip Dragoon range and go for something like a fast shuttle or something like that, but he's not going to do that. And that can be kind of suspicious. As a Terran player, if you ever see Dragoons without range, like 1 second past when they should have it, you know something's up. Like most of the time it's DTs, but it can be like super fast shuttle Reaver. And it's not going to be. But hey, there is a robotics on the way, so my hopes are still alive, Zero.
Yeah, it still can be shuttle, but it can be only for observers. But I think this map, like not using opportunity of using this wild open main base, it would be bad for Favorit. So I think he should go for the shuttle. But it can be also the double mind game that maybe Dandy thinks that it will be shuttle and he will go for 6 gateways, double bases, speed lots and try to bust him.
I would love to see that. I haven't actually seen that in a long time. But every once in a while, right when you realize you haven't seen it in time, there it is. But scanners are just now finishing up, so he is going to get those scans off and probably know, hey, there's nothing too weird going on, just sees the robotics coming up.
Oh, but he didn't see the robotics facility with the scan, so he don't know that.
Wait. Okay, you're way faster at checking what scans see and don't see than I am, Zero.
Like, this is a huge scan. I think this is like this scan gives like this information for Dandy than it gives him information. I think.
The second one.
Oh, I think the first scan that he scanned to the main base, he saw double gateways and robos and cybernetic core spinning and nothing beside it, and he's not seeing Stargate or robotics facility.
Yeah, and he's not going to see these four gateways coming through here. So you're right, that's a lot of disinformation. So he believes things are very different than they actually are.
Well, and it will be fast arbiter, like not that fast like in the previous game. It will be 1 minute later, but it will be still very fast.
No, it's carriers.
Oh, it's carriers, 2 base carriers. Huh.
Wow. Okay, yeah, there's the second Stargate. Okay, the only reason this worked in the game that Favorit won is because he did insane damage early. Like, just so much damage.
Yeah.
He's done no damage right now. Dandy is killing it off 2 bases with tons of scans. He's gonna scout your carriers. He's gonna be ready. He's cross positions on this map. Like, I don't know if 2 base carrier is the way to go, but we'll find out.
He already made a range for the Goliaths, so he's prepared for it's probably anti-shuttle, but yeah. Oh, now he scanned that there are carriers being made.
He just saw it.
Good job, good scan from Dandy, and he will be very well prepared. He's adding more factories, so 5 factories is a lot. And his echo is good, so he will be able to saturate these factories relatively easily.
Yeah, he's got full saturation off 2 bases with full mining off 2 gas, so he is going to be going up to 5, maybe 6 probably factories here and really starting to pump out a ton of Goliaths. And as soon as you get that Goliath count to support the tank count that you have, yeah, it doesn't go very well for the carriers after that. Oh, even snipes the observer. Nicely
done, nicely. It's good because Protoss now will not know how many units there are and what Terran is producing. Because I don't know if it's on purpose, but Protoss players sometimes are going for carriers. They are definitely totally changing the army composition of Terran, because then he's doing like a lot of Goliaths, less tanks, and a lot of vultures, and then they are going for a lot of ground units. And without that many tanks, it's easier to fight against this ground army for Terran. So it's still tricky to, and it still can be tricky to choose which army composition you will go for.
We are going to figure out army compositions here in just a second as players clash in the middle of the map. Observer will scout this army out barely, but the Goliath's going to see the Observer if he's watching really carefully, so he could take that one out, and that would be a really big hit. But either way, here we go. This could actually decide a whole lot. There's going to be siege tanks on high ground, and I don't think any Protoss army can push into that right now.
Oh, it's already +1 upgraded the Terran army, so it's even more powerful. Oh,
Wow.
Favorit will want to... Oh, I didn't expect that he wants to attack on that. I thought he wants to buy as much time as possible. That's why he moved out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he's moving on top of this army, and I don't know if this is a good call, because it looks like there are too many tanks to fight this army.
Yeah, wow, that was a really confusing fight. You're supposed to just keep the siege tanks sieging and unsieging to slow down the push, but losing all those zealots like that, I mean, that's a big deal. So he's going to be forced to come out and fight with 2 carriers. Neither one of these have full interceptors, so even only 2 Goliaths is still going to deal a lot of damage here.
Will 2 Goliaths
lose
kill?
the carrier.
Yeah, I think
He's
he
gonna lose
will
the carrier.
That's a huge loss.
My! He's got 50 HP on one of these carriers. Okay, now he's attacking the wrong one. Never mind. So yeah, everything here is gonna die, but these tanks are still gonna deal a lot of damage and kill almost every single Dragoon.
Yeah, now he will have opportunity to kill the tanks, but he's like only like 8 interceptors are flying in, so it will take some time until he will kill them. And then he's having plenty of time to build Goliaths.
He actually saves most of the tanks because they just only 2 carriers don't deal that much damage. But now there's 4 carriers, and so now he will be able to build even more interceptors and really start to get to that count that he needs. Actually, there's 3 right now, soon to be 4.
And then they are already securing bottom right expansion. So he's he sent SCVs into the wrong way, but he will fix it in a second probably. But yeah, Terran on 3 bases against Protoss on 2 bases. Even with this precious army composition with carriers, it will be hard to outmacro this kind of Terran.
Yeah, before there were only 2 Goliaths, now there are 6. And so obviously it's going to be much harder to deal with. I mean, 4 carriers is infinitely better than 2, but it's still not 6, not 10. So we gotta wait just a little bit. Oh my god, he's going to lose every
huge tank
here.
shot. Yeah, you don't want to lose their goons, because they are helping you to fight against Goliaths.
Oh, he's going to lose the carrier here. Picks off the weakened carrier. Excellent target firing there by Dandy. He actually might get a bonus carrier here. Oh, if he could reduce his count down to 2, it would be huge. Yep, he's going to work on it. The Goliath count's still very, very big.
Yeah, and it's going, and it's impressive for me that Dandy can like do the math and realize that he can attack right now, because I would be afraid to attack against carriers with only 6 Goliaths, and Dandy knows his strength, and he's sniping another carrier. Very nicely done.
Okay, yeah, you lose 2 carriers. You're going 2 base carrier. Nope, that's not how you do it. Wow, so this push looks to be scarier and scarier as there are less carriers.
He's going for a lot of zealots, but no speed yet. Then.
Yeah, if you don't have legs, like it's unreal how much worse zealots without speed are than actual zealots. Or than zealots with speed. It's very, very bad. So now all the Dragoons are dead. All the carriers are about to be dead here.
Yeah, all the carriers will be... Oh, yeah, he killed all the carriers. Very nicely died by Dandy.
Wow. So now you've tricked your opponent into going a Goliath composition. Aha! And then you kill him with zealots. Unfortunately, that's not the reality of the situation. He kills all the carriers and is now going to proceed to kill all the Protoss.
Yeah, it looks easy in theory that you are making a lot of Goliaths, you are making a lot of zealots just to counter Goliaths, and it's not that easy. Oh, there is only 1 tank left, but... So he will kill these Goliaths, I think. Oh, but he will lose 1 more carrier for that.
If he loses another carrier, he's not even... Yeah, he's not microing the back at all. Oh, that's hard to do. And obviously, it's stressful playing Brood War, right? You're up against one of the best players in the world. So every time we're like, hey, this player made a mistake, it's like, well, yeah, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So it's hard. It's hard to control everything that you need to. And so now I think we're gonna see the result of all of that.
Oh, and he's going to go for payback. This is a revenge command center for this Nexus in the first game.
The Manor Command Center, yes! I love it.
You made the command center, and he's Nexus versus command center, but this is much more precious command center because he's winning the decider match right now.
Right, that's you never BM in the first game of a series. That's like an unwritten rule. Just because you won the game doesn't mean your opponent can't come back and like you get a little bit of satisfaction out of the first BM. The satisfaction out of the counter BM, oh my god, so much more. So truly the true winner, both morally and literally, is Dandy today.
Yeah, definitely. He made a payback. He was probably pissed